The world of work will be changing dramatically due to three major trends. One is technology, digital technology that is becoming more and more common in workplaces. The second trend is that the patterns of globalization are changing, value chains are changing, and we can see that the division of labor in the world is in a transformative situation. And the third trend, which is very often underestimated, is the trend that the values and preferences of workers are also changing, and we have to keep that in mind as well. There's a huge debate whether we will lose lots of jobs due to technological change. We in the Global Commission do not believe in this, but we see that we will have job losses in certain sectors, in certain areas of the world as well, and we will see that new jobs are created in others. So our approach is to invest in humans, to make sure that they have a fair chance of getting from the old job into the new job. And we have to make sure that the new jobs that are created have the same standards and provide the same labor rights than the ones we already know, and that is a huge challenge for everybody who is involved in shaping the world of work. As we can see that all of the trends we are seeing in the changing world of work are global, and that national regulation comes to its limits when we see a more and more global labor market, then we need institutions like the ILO to really shape the new world of work. The ILO was founded 100 years ago, 1919, in the aftermath of the First World War. And the guiding principle was that lasting peace and stability is only possible with social justice. Now the ILO has to live up to this in a more global world and find the right mechanisms to make sure that social justice is established in a very global labor market. We have to make sure that certain labor rights are established for all kinds of workers, whether they have a traditional work contract or they are in old forms or new forms of informal work. Thus, we as the Global Commission suggest a universal labor guarantee that makes sure that for every worker, no matter what contractual agreement he or she has, are established. This includes the ILO core standards, the right to collectively bargain, protection from child labor and forced labor, but also standards as an adequate living wage, limited hours of work, and secure and safe and healthy workplaces. I'm convinced that social dialogue is a very important tool to shape the world of work also in the future, and especially the transition we are going through. Social dialogue has always been strong when it comes to transition and to make sure that we go through a fair transition. But social partners have to change themselves as well. We can see new forms of employers like crowdworking platforms, and employers' associations have to find ways to incorporate them into their representation. And the same is true for trade unions. They cannot look only on traditional formal workers, but have to open up to new forms of workers and give them a voice too.